Hello and welcome to another 5-minute masterclass. Today's topic is compound area. Now, you might have heard it as compound area, you might also have heard it as composite area. But what's compound and composite just means is a shape that's been made up of two or more basic shapes. So like in this first example here, we have two basic shapes, two rectangles put together to create this compound shape. So to be able to find the area of it, instead of trying to give you lots of different formulas for lots of different eventualities, we want to break it back apart into those basic shapes that we know the formulas of area for. So here I can see I've got two rectangles, or even a rectangle, a square. Now I could break it up into two different ways. I could split it this way, or I could even split it this way, or I could even have three different shapes. But I think for the purposes of this example, I'm going to split it in this direction. It doesn't matter, it will still work the other way. The point is I split it into two shapes that I have knowledge of the formulas for. Now, so I'm aware of what I'm doing, I'm going to label them 1 and 2. So I'm going to start with the area of the first shape, A1. Now the first shape is a rectangle, and I know to calculate the area of the rectangle, I need the length times the width. Now the length of this shape isn't 6, it doesn't quite go all the way across. I'm going to use this value here of 10. And its width or its height can't be 9 because that's all the way down, so it has to be this 5. And 10 times 5 is 50. Looking at my units, it's going to be meters squared. I'm also going to look at the second area now, so area number 2. Now this is this little bit down here. Now again, it's a rectangle, so I'm going to go length times width. Now the length of this, again, we can't be 10, that's too far, so I'm going to use this value here, this 4. And the width, well, 9's too high, so we're only going to use this value here. Again, a 4. Now 4 times 4 is telling me I've got a square. Remember, area of square is the same as area of a rectangle, that length times width, so it doesn't matter. And 4 times 4 is 16, so I've got 16 meters squared. So to find the total area of this compound shape, this composite shape, I need to add these two values together. So our total area is going to be the area of the first part added to the area of the second. So I'm going to go 50 plus 16, which gives me an answer of 66 meters squared. Now, I've got a composite shape here of two rectangles. It might be a rectangle and a triangle. It might be a rectangle and a semicircle. But the process is still the same. Break it up into its basic shapes, calculate the area of each, and then bring it together. Now, the second example doesn't show me that. It doesn't show me shapes put together. What it does show me is a basic shape with a part removed. So what I've got here is a rectangle, but with a triangle cut out of it. So when I'm calculating a shaded area, I need to consider, well, what would my total have been? And then what is the bit that I've taken out? So I'm going to calculate the area of the rectangle, and then I'm going to take away the area of the triangle, and that will give me this total shaded area. So I'm going to start with the area of the rectangle, and we know areas of rectangles, that formula is length times width, or base times perpendicular height. And so for this rectangle, my values are 11 and 7. So 11 times 7 gives me an answer of 77 meters squared. I'm now going to consider my triangle, so area of the triangle. Now triangles we generally know as half the base times the height, or base times height divided by 2. So I know the height, that's fine, I've got my half. And I know my height is 4. What I don't have is the base. I need to know what's this bit here. So look at the information we've been given. I'm told the entire length of this rectangle is 11. I'm told this difference is 5 and this distance is 3. So 5 and 3 is 8, which means I've got a missing distance of 3 meters because I need that full 11. 5 plus 3 plus 3 gives me 11. So now I can complete that into my formula. Half times the base, which was 3, times the height, which we've been given as 4. Now, you can multiply that any way you want. I'm going to go 3 times 4 is 12, so half of 12 gives me an answer of 6. And looking at my unit, 6 metres squared. So going back to the shaded area then, because that was the question, calculate the shaded area. And like we said, it's the rectangle with the triangle cut out. So what I'm going to calculate is that 77 taking away that 6 to give me an answer of 71 metres squared. So every time I'm looking at compound area, it might be an example of the first one where we've added 2 separate parts, or it might be where we have taken apart and removed something. Over to you, just pause the video and try these questions. And now mark your work. If you need any further practice, take a look at Sparks, Corbett or Maths Genie and search for those clips to answer further questions. Thank you for your time today, and I'll see you again on another 5-minute masterclass.